Today we're going to talk about using the Nashville number system. What that means is instead of using typical chord names to understand what chord you're playing, you're just using numbers which triggers in your mind what chord you're supposed to play. First you have to understand standard guitar. So you have to understand what frets are, you have to understand what strings are, which numbers. You have to understand which fingers, when you're chording. You have to understand some of the simple chord basics. You have to understand how to fret well. And so if you don't have a basic understanding of guitar, then this isn't going to help you. But if you do, this is a great way to get better faster. So the 1, the 4, and the 5 are always major. They're always happy sounding chords. Now the 2, the 3, and the 6, those are always going to be minor, sad sounding chords. And with my cheater chords, the way it works is I'm showing you easier ways to play those chords so that you don't necessarily have to play bar chords, or there might be some variations of that chord that make it easier for you to play. And so let's look at you playing songs in different keys that might fit your voice better or fit somebody else's voice better that you're playing with. So this is a great way, like I said, to get better as a guitarist a lot faster. So I really hope this helps. So the chords that I'm going to show you for each key are what I like to call the cheater chords. The way that I'm going to teach you is going to make it easier on your hands. It's going to make it easier to learn. It's going to make it easier to transition, but still sound full, still sound right even. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into it. So we're going to start with the key of A because that's going to be the easiest one to follow along with how the number system works. So in the key of A, the 1 would be A. So A, and the way we're going to play it is like this. Now you should start from the A string, the 5th string, right here. But if you do hit the low E string, it's not the end of the world, because you're technically playing an E right here in the chord A. So you're just doubling that note. So it doesn't sound bad. But if you want to not play it, you can just rest your thumb right here, and that will mute it. So you don't have to worry about trying to start on that string. Just rest your thumb right there. So that's the 1. The 2 chord, it's a minor chord. It normally would be played like this, and obviously that's a pretty hard transition, especially if you're just learning. And bar chords are just painful anyway. So the way I do it is I take my A and I split it up like this. Now this is like a B minor 7. So again, the same situation. You don't play the low E. For this one, you definitely do not want to. It's going to muddy it up. So you just rest your thumb or get lazy with that top finger there. So, and this is you're basically taking your A, which is all together right here, and splitting it up. So you've got the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret A string, 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and 4th finger on the 2nd fret of the high E strings. So hopefully you can see that pretty good right there. So again, just like that. So that's B minor 7. That's your 2 chord. All right, so the next one will be 3, and that is going to be a minor chord as well. So that is going to jump up to C sharp minor. Now, this is C sharp minor 7 suspended. Now, if you were going to play true C sharp minor, it would look like this. So that's the way to play it right there. But the way that I play it is using a power chord formation, which is pretty standard. This can move all over the fretboard. So you got the 1 finger on the 4th fret of the A string, the 3 finger on the 6th fret of the D string, and your 4th finger, Pinkie, on the 6th fret of the G string. And you're going to not play the low E, so you're going to get lazy with this pointer finger and just kind of rest it up there. You can see that right there, rest it. And then this is one of my favorite chords. I love this chord. It's just so beautiful. All right, so that is your 3. Okay, so we've got A, 1, then we've got our 2 chord, B minor 7, and then we slide up here to to C sharp minor 7, and now we're going to go to the 4. Now the 4 is a D, so if you're going from a C sharp, if you're going from a 3 to a 4, you could do the C sharp and then just jump up and move that up here like that, and that's actually like a D2. Or if you're just going from A to D, you can just go like this. So there's A, so that's your 1, to 4, D2, D. You could do that. Now true D is like this. That's true D. But just to keep it simple, if you want to, that's the easiest transition would be to go from A, true A, to D2. So you would just slide that pinky up. That's a very common to go from the 1 to the 4. So you can do that with any number of fingers, whatever feels more comfortable to you. All right, so we've got the A1, B minor 7, 2, C sharp minor 7, 3, and 4 is D, D2. You can do it here or do it here. And with that D also, you want to rest your thumb on the low E. So you can hit the A string and it sounds fine because there's already an A, you're just doubling it, but you don't want to hit that low E. It gets really muddy. Alright, and then we've got our 5. So 5 would be, so we got A, B, C, D is our 4, E. E would be our 5. So E is right here. Okay, so if you're staying all up here, going 1, A, 4, D, 5, E. So there's how you play E. Or if you're doing it up here, you could do A. A is right here. C sharp minor 7 is your 3. D2, your 4 right here. And then you just slide this up to here. And that's an E as well. So that's an E, E, okay, so you got 2 options there. So depending on what's easier for you for the song or what sounds more full, you could choose, look higher up on the net, more towards the nut, E, or you could do higher up right here and do E. Okay, so now we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we've got the 6. The 6 is F sharp minor. Okay, so F sharp minor would have to be played like this, and that's a really tough chord, especially if you're on an acoustic. It's a little bit easier if you're on an electric, but the way that I do it is actually take my A and just put my thumb right here. You're actually fretting. We've been using our thumb to rest and mute the low E, but this time we're going to fret this 2nd fret of the 6th string, the low E string, and you're going to just mute the A string so it doesn't ring out. Okay, so that's F sharp minor. Or you could do it with a pointer finger if you wanted. And also, you don't have to do the low fingering right here, or I should say the high fingering. You don't have to do this one. It's a little bit different of a chord. That sounds more 7, more suspended, but it works. You can totally get away with it. So that's our 6th chord, F sharp minor 7 or 7 suspended, like that. But you always want to make sure on that one that you mute this right here with either your pointer or with your thumb. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you just a typical, 1, 4, 5, 6 combination and how that would look in the key of A. So here we go. So I'm going to switch to an A2. Go to a D, D2 right there. Let's go to the 6. Let's go to the 5. And then one of the tricks that I like to do is call them pinky tricks. So usually if you put your pinky down, so you're going from E to E suspended, gives it a little bit of color in between your chords. So let's try it again. So we got A, it's the 1, let's go to the 4, let's go to the 5, 6. I'm gonna use my thumb. Go to the 4. That's 5. Sorry. Anyway, so there you go. So that is key of A using the number system. So we got A, or you could do A2. And then we've got B minor 7. Then you've got C sharp minor 7. And then D would be your 4. And you can do it here, or bring it up here. And then you go to E is your 5. So we got E here, or E up here. And then 6 would be F sharp minor 7. Again, we mute that string. So there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the key of A. Hope that helps, guys.